Bienvenue, welcome to Focus on French Cinema 2023, the 18th edition of the Best of Contemporary French and Francophone Cinema, presented annually by the Alliance Française of Greenwich. My name is Renee Ketchum, and I am the Managing Director of Focus, and I'm thrilled to be joined today by Gail Coveney, Co-President of the Alliance Française of Greenwich, FFC Director of Programming, Joe Myers, and our guest, Lula Cotin-Frappier, who stars in the premiere release of La Nuit du 12 that we'll be showing at Focus on French Cinema. Ellen Sauchek is here as our interpreter, so welcome everyone.
Hello.
Lula, we are such big fans of this film. It's one of the most powerful films I've seen in a long time, and your role in it is really special and really unusual. You don't have a lot of screen time, but your character is the central character in the story, the person everyone is thinking about, grieving for, wondering how they can solve what happened to her. I wondered, as an actress, when you know you're only going to be on screen briefly, you have to pack a lot into that in terms of giving us a sense of who this young woman is so that we care about what's going to happen after she's gone. How did you do that?
It kind of has Laura Palmer in Twin Peaks, you know, kind of way of playing it, because we had to, I don't have much screen time, as you said, but I had to play it as if I was going to be the main character of the story. So at some point I had to be completely normal, as if you were going to see me all the time in the entire movie. So I couldn't play it like, you know, you have only that sequence in the movie. So you have to be extremely strong and to show everything. It was quite the opposite, to play it as natural as it can be and try to not show the audience what is going to happen.
Because obviously your character doesn't know that. And the other element of this film that is so powerful to me is we all live in this age of technology where an iPhone video can become our only souvenir, our only remembrance of a person. And again, it's central to this film. I mean, it's extraordinary, really, what you convey and how you linger over the whole movie.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of Twin Peaks story, always all over again. Oh, sorry, my mom is calling me in the same time, so I'm just going to have to hang up. I'm afraid I'm going to hang up on you, so I'll try to stay focused. Yeah, it's kind of a presence, like c'est une présence qui est là tout le film, et on essaye de... En fait, je sais pas trop où est la question dans cet endroit-là, mais oui, c'est vrai que c'était très particulier à jouer, d'être tout le temps présente sans... Voilà, ce qui était très dur, c'était d'avoir des photos de moi, de mon enfance, par exemple, qui sont chez ma mère et tout ça, qui sont en fait mes photos de moi et pas du personnage. Et ça, c'était un peu particulier aussi à vivre et à ressentir, je pense, pour mes proches aussi.
I think that sometimes it's very hard to do this because I'm trying to show this person to be as natural as possible. And so there are elements of it that are, you know, like photos of myself rather than photos of the character, to try to maintain that illusion.
How did this role come to you? What sort of auditioning did you do? How did you get this role?
So I auditioned not for this character, but for Nanny. The one who has the amazing scene in the réfectoire, in the café. And so I auditioned with this scene. And then the casting director called me and was like, would you agree to do this part that is not massive, but I can tell you the film is going to be great and it's amazing to act and to be directed by Dominique Moll. And at first I was like, but really, I liked the other parts. And after I got it, and I was like, yeah, I'm so lucky that I got this one. And I love the actress that is playing Nanny. She's kind of one of my best friends for the moment, as as I speak right now. In real life, she's an amazing actress, and she's just perfect for the character. So yeah, it was like this. I auditioned for another part, and I got this one.
So when you played the part that you play, you were aware of the entire scope of this film.
I read the scenario. Yeah, I already read the scenario.
Mhm.
It's
And
great.
when you speak about your friendship with the other actress, I mean, that's crucial to the film too. We have to believe that you are so close that you're best friends. And I totally believe that, you know, and it stayed with me through the whole movie.
I think there is something that Dominique did, the director, that is really clever, and we don't see it often in movies, is that he took two blonde girls to play best friends, and wasn't like, oh no, people are going to not understand which one is which, and because they're all blondes. And so this was something already. He just trying to have this chemistry between actresses, and not be like, oh, physically they just look like each other, they're blonde and they have really blue or green eyes. So this was funny. But yeah, we really like each other, and
That's
it was
great.
great filming together.
There's something really profound in this movie about friendship and about what we don't know about people that we think we're very close to, that we're related to even. I mean, it's one of the strongest elements in the film, that everybody has to learn about this young woman, things they wouldn't have known if she had been alive, you know. And how did you feel about that aspect of the story? What is revealed about your character as this story moves along?
I think it's not what is revealed, because it's other people that are talking for her. So it's not her point of view. And this is why it was so hard watching the movie the first time, because I was like, but people are just like talking about this character, Clara, in a certain way that is so disrespectful and so horrible, and is so accurate today, seeing the, how do you call it in English, feminicide? Do you have this word? Feminicide?
No, it's murder of women.
Okay, so in French we have a word for women that are being murdered by men. It's called feminicide, where homicide has the pre-word like this.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry, for me it can be hard to explain this. And so this woman slaughter is so, well, we have to talk about this for the moment. In our society, it's so important to be a feminist and to talk about this. So for me, it was very important, but it was weird hearing other people talk about this person this way.
Well, you realize in the film that the dead no longer have privacy, and that they're subject to whatever people want to say about them afterwards. You know,
I would like to say it's not just about the dead people, it's about people that are being accused of being I don't have the word in English, so les personnes qui sont accusées d'être un peu sexy, qui ont cette espèce ils ont plus un privilège, en fait. Les femmes n'ont plus ce privilège de parler d'elles à partir du moment où elles accusent quelqu'un de viol et tout ça, par exemple. Bah, y a toujours ce problème qu'on va voir dans leur vie privée, et que tout le monde peut dire ce qu'elles veulent d'elles, qu'on soit morte ou pas. Je pense que c'est un truc plus féminin que à propos de la mort.
I think it's not so much a question that they're dead, but it's a question of, you have certain, when women are a little too sexy, and then they're spoken about, and then all of a sudden, in the case of a rape, not necessarily a murder, all of a sudden the way that they're seen changes.
Yes.
That becomes an important factor.
Yes.
And
clearly.
they're not allowed privacy anymore.
Absolutely.
That is.
And stereotypes are applied, and judgments are made, you know, that are really cruel and without foundation. You know, that's one of the other elements of the film that's really moving. Now, you mentioned the first time you saw the film. What was that experience like when you've done your part, and then I'm assuming months later you sit down in a theater or a screening room and you see the whole film? What was that like?
It was actually really great. I had friends like on my left and my right. It was great. I could see the movie finally, and I was so not surprised, because it would be like if I didn't like the movie at first, but I was so happily surprised about it because everything was so perfect. They just, le ton donné était tellement parfait et tellement la musique, entendre la musique pour la première fois, voir le montage et comment ils ont réussi à faire évoluer le script en fait. Ça a beaucoup changé au montage et ça, je trouvais que c'était d'une très très grande intelligence de la part de Dominique. Donc c'était que plaisant.
I think it was surprising how the tone of the film was just perfect. The music also, and the fact that the editing was really just right. And the script actually evolved a great deal from the way it was originally. And I think that was something very intelligent on Dominique Moll's part to change it in that way.
Now, this film was really well received by the César voters. Critics have loved it. It was shown here at Lincoln Center recently. Have you felt a reaction from the film in terms of people wanting to work with you, wanting to see you, audition you? What has the fallout been like from the film for you?
Donc c'est marrant parce qu'on m'a posé cette question récemment et la réponse, elle est tellement plus vague que juste dire oui ou non. C'est vraiment il faut le bon rôle au bon endroit, au bon moment pour nous en tant qu'actrice. Et c'est pas quelqu'un qui peut nous appeler par rapport à genre tout un... Enfin, les rôles ne s'ouvrent pas comme ça, ne se créent pas comme ça. Donc, il faut juste attendre, être au bon endroit au bon moment. Et je pense que ce film va peut-être aider à montrer que je suis une actrice sérieuse qui fait des beaux choix et qui a envie de tourner dans ce type de film-là.
I think that I've been asked this question recently, and it's the answer is more vague. It's not just a yes or a no question, because a lot of it depends on having the right role and having the right role at the right moment. And I think that maybe for me, what is important is that having been in this film, people will see that see what kind of film I chose to be in and how I was when I was in the film. And I think that that's important. It's the right film, the right person at the right time.
Now, Lula, I was looking around the internet last night and reading about you, and I saw that you mix music with acting. How do you juggle those two different passions?
She's lost.
Uh-oh. Perils of technology.
Yeah. I'm gonna pause it for a
Okay.
second and we'll
Sure.
wait.
Yeah.
I'll just pause.
We lost Lula. She was on the streets of Paris. This is one of those things that happens with modern technology, but I think we found out a lot of interesting things about the film and her role in it. We just want to thank her for joining us the way she did.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Renee.